Today, myself and two guests are guessing the model. I've invited one of the best looking people I know.
Welcome back, ladies and gentle people. Today, I want to do a video that's a bit different. I quite often watch react videos to like music and stuff, and obviously I thought about that'd be fun to do, but I can't do it on a photography channel. I do have other channels that I prioritize over this one, and I really shouldn't because this is kind of work. And yeah, this is probably the channel that's closest to being monetized as well. I think I need to get my view count up, so watch this video, not once, not twice, not three, 5 times. Watch it 5 times, just help me out. So yeah, I'm going to react to a video about guessing a model. And disclaimer, I have seen this video before. I watched it probably about a week ago. But I'm not going to change any of my answers. I'm going to say what I said then when I was watching it. And if this video goes down well, I'll do a few more because I think there's a few different creators that have done this kind of thing on YouTube. And I can react to that. So yeah.
Bring out the models.
Ooh. This must be what it's like to work on TV, to have someone in your ear and to try and speak at the same time. But instantly, yeah, it's number 5. Let's be honest. She looks like a Runway model.
Start off by hearing your names and what you do.
What's up, mate? You're so nervous with your model.
That's a fair point, actually. Watching a video like this, you don't actually know how they are quantifying model. It could be an Instagram model, it could potentially be an OF model. Yeah, and I'm just going off the fact that number 5 looks like a Runway model. She looks like an agency model. She looks like a model. Not a model, she looks like a model. And yeah, that's what I'm going off here, so let's keep going.
We'll start with number 1.
Hi, my name is Pavlina and I'm a plus size model.
Okay.
Good to meet you.
My name's Reed and I'm a runway model.
Fuck, Reed. I like you, Reed.
What's number 2?
My name is Serena and I'm a beauty model.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be really harsh here. She ain't no beauty model. Beauty, in terms of commercial modeling in the industry, you know, it's going to be one of these jobs where it's like headshot, you're wearing a boob tube, you've got bare shoulders on show, your makeup is impeccable, you are moving millimeters just to get the lighting perfect. It is a really probably boring fucking job, to be honest. And yeah, she's dressed up mutton as lamb. She is at best someone who does makeup on TikTok. Yeah, her makeup is terrible. Hopefully she doesn't watch this, but awful. If she is a TikTok model, it's working for her. But yeah, see, this is the thing, right? You get this quite a lot in the photography space. You get a lot of girls who do MUA school and whatnot, and then they see all these glowy looks and stuff for like wedding makeup, and they try and bring that in the studio, and you put them under hot lights, and it blows out all the specular highlights, as we call them. Glowy look just looks like greasy, oily, sweaty skin. It's not great in the studio. It's awful, to be honest. I don't get the trend of, oh my god, it's so glowy. No, it looks terrible. It's in fairness to this girl, I've got a picture of Simon on my screen right now. Let's keep playing. Yeah, she doesn't look like she's got sweaty, greasy skin. She looks like she's got a reasonable amount of foundation on.
My name is Julia and I'm a fashion model.
Okay, fashion model, like I say, fashion runway model. She's a walking clothes horse. I won't say she's androgynous, but she's just so obviously high cheekbones, but still personalityless. There's nothing offensive about her, but yet there's nothing, because she's got no personality in her face either. It's just inoffensive, and that's what runway fashion modeling is. It's just a walking clothes horse who can have a resting bitch face and look, you know, I won't say mean, but just look kind of emotionless and just have a blank swagger that doesn't look dead behind the eyes, but kind of is dead behind the eyes. If that makes sense.
Okay, so we're going to go into questions and then we will have to eliminate 2 of them.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh. So,
how did you get into modeling?
Me?
Yes.
So I was scouted originally. So it's one of those things when you're quite young and I think they just look at you and they're like, they give you a business card. I've had quite a few people actually scouting me. And
how young?
One of them was at IKEA. One of them was at a music festival, and they just kind of come. It's kind of weird. Like, it's.
Pause here. This is like the oldest story in modelling folklore. Like, your Kate Moss, your Cara Delevingne, you're walking down the road, you're shopping, something happens, some scout, like, at some agency just happens to hand you a card. I mean, it happens, but this is so just internet research. Like, maybe she's right, maybe it isn't, but maybe it happened to her, because it obviously happens, but this is like the most cliched, obvious story to tell if you know nothing about the industry and you want to regurgitate some crap?
As I was very tall, very young, I also developed my chest and my hips. So then I looked much more into the plus size modeling and fitting modeling and things like that. And that feels much healthier for me.
So how young were you when you got scouted?
I think I was about 12. Yeah. I was already, to be honest, at that point, I was already about 5'10". So
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. You outgrew me. Like 12.
Yeah.
Oh,
5'10"
shit.
at 12.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Honest outgrowth.
Fuck. I'm short maxing.
Number 2, how did you get into it?
So I applied for a modelling agency, Evolve Models, last year with a portfolio that I grew from doing
So now
editorial
this
shoots
dude
with the London College of
has
Fashion.
just
Okay.
a modelly look
So
about
made
him.
a
I think
website
Bez
and
falls
had
in
my
love with him.
portfolio on there with my gallery and things like that, my CV, past experience.
Okay.
He's just a well-groomed young man, isn't he?
Announced yourself as a
Yeah, but you can if you look like him, bro.
I applied for loads of agencies though, because it is obviously a very competitive and difficult industry to get in.
Yeah, you're going to get into the best one, bro. Look at you.
Thank you, thank
You do
you.
what you want, bro.
Number 3?
So I got scouted on social media because I am a content creator.
Let's go.
Yes. So last year, I just got a DM from like
see.
a random beauty.
Come on, 2 seconds, get back on there.
And then
I'm gonna
I got
pause here, so-
into it. I did certain
What's with the dark under eyes? What's that? You see that quite a lot in like Asian girls. They like to like literal Asian girls over in Asia, not like Eurasian girls or girls born in the UK who are into like Western modelling, fashion, whatever. They like to overemphasize the bag underneath their eye. Like they draw the lines in, and that's really weird because just over here, that it's so alien. People try and get rid of the bags, but for her, yeah, for someone into makeup and MUA to pour on dark underneath the eyes is really bizarre. That's just, nah, I don't know. Maybe this is some new trend I don't know nothing about. I don't know. But yeah, it looks so weird. It's just wrong. Her contouring is terrible as well. Look at how hard line that is down her nose. Like just no blending whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know how she quantifies herself as a makeup artist, to be honest. But again, please don't watch this. I hope you don't watch this.
ads here and there. And then I got signed.
Okay. Number 4?
Yeah, so I started through Instagram.
Okay.
And then originally, throughout that point, shit.
Remembering the
Yeah,
script.
brain dead, man.
Yeah, exactly that. What Simon just says, pausing here. Yeah, he blatantly forgot a script. Guy's got no charisma. He can't just let it flow off his tongue. He has no modelling experience, so he can't just talk his way out of it with just experience and facts. He's just tripping over his words. He's tried to memorise something, he's trying to bullshit his way through it, and he's already fucked it.
Sorry, brain dead moment. So yeah, I started through Instagram. And from on that point, I was training, posting training videos. I was consistently training and then got in touch with a photographer. And from on that point, he introduced me to an agency that I work with now, which is Elevate Talent.
I mean, in his defence, I'm dyslexic, so I'm like stumbling over my words just as much as well. But you know, they have good days and bad days. But yeah, he just doesn't have the confidence and the charisma to roll it off his. You know, even if he was struggling with his words, he would have a swagger about his confidence, about his experience, about knowing what he's on about. He doesn't have any of that, so yeah, not him.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Number 5?
Well, as for me, I was always dreaming about becoming a model. Since I was back home in Ukraine, I was taking classes from Alla Kostomichova agency.
cherry cheekbones.
And then I
She's quite
decided to
huge,
move to
normally quite
London
chiseled.
because it's one of the centers of fashion.
But she still just looks
Okay.
like a runway model.
course it is.
There's no two ways around it.
I would have picked Paris.
Yeah.
Well, I was considering that option, but unfortunately, I do not speak French, so it would be a bit
That does
more
make
difficult.
sense. That adds up. That adds
Wait.
up. Okay.
No one here is French, are they?
No.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Can I say the stereotype about French and English not getting on and how the French are horrible? I've been to France a couple of times. One time I went, I was really ill, and yeah, the French went out of their way, and I think I slipped over on some steps as well, and they all come running to try and pick me up and stuff. The French are fucking lovely. I don't understand this bullshit that we give the French. I really like the French.
Number 6?
So I started about 3 years ago, so obviously I'm 22. I started when I was 19. I've been around a lot of my boys who do fitness modeling, and obviously there was an event one time and they invited me and I'd done the shoot.
Yeah, let's pause. This dude at trimming, a model trimming, let's say he's letting it grow out for hair work or something. Yeah, nah, he might have done some amateur Instagram modeling and whatnot for friends, but again, he doesn't have grace, confidence. He doesn't have the experience. He's not standing there backing it up. Like number two, even if he's bullshitting, he looks and sounds like a guy who knows what he's on about. This guy just a bit inward. Again, both of them across, like hands in front of him, kind of inward. They're not very confident. Haven't got the charisma to be standing. They've probably got red light fever because they're in front of a bunch of famous YouTubers in a studio. So this is completely aiming for them.
There was an agency that took a liking to me, which is Resonate Talent. And obviously right now I'm a freelancer, but after that, because as well I got some scars on my belly, as you know with modeling, you've got to have something unique about you.
That's kind of true. I wouldn't imagine that scars on your belly for underwear modeling would be a good thing, though. But people do look for that. Is it vitiligo? Who's that one model? I'll put a picture of her up on the screen. She's really famous. Winnie Harlow. There's a lot of models that have that these days. Having these unique features that set you apart definitely is a thing. But scars, especially for underwear modeling, I'm not so sure. Those scars would have to have a good old sob story to get you through the door just simply because you got scars. I can't imagine that. Been heavily tattooed as well, unless you're David Beckham, to have just like a solid grey tattooed arm as a model. That's going to limit what you can and can't do. In this day and age, people are a lot more open-minded about tattoos and whatnot, but still, it would set you more on an alternative path rather than a commercial path, I think. I mean, there's a lot of tattooed people in fashion these days, but yeah, again, I think for underwear modelling, a lot of bare skin, where the tattoos need to be second to this tiny piece of cloth opposed to underneath a lot of cloth. I don't know.
Okay, what's the biggest project you've modelled on? Start number one.
So I consider all my projects quite big, and I'm kind of grateful for any type of work, but I think I really enjoy when I get to do projects with brands that are quite personal to me. So I would say, as I said, I'm obviously very tall. I love to model for brands that support kind of tall fashion, because that's obviously a big deal for me. I also, have you heard of, obviously you don't have those issues, but period wear, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
I love kind of doing that. I also,
It actually just gets me mad every day.
So
I also loved promoting kind of brands that, it's just, very inclusive brands really. So I would say if you've ever worked or ever heard of Lucy and Yak, the British company, and they have this really cute, really quick kind of friendly clothes, and they recycle their materials as well. It's lovely. I really enjoy doing swimmer modeling for kind of fuller bust, because there just needs to be more.
So I'll pause it. In this day and age, definitely plus size modelling is a thing. You see a lot more of it, which is great. Period wear, how many adverts you're going to get for that? That's going to be like one job every few years, I imagine. I don't think they'll come around all that much. I suppose there's enough brands, but then there's enough models. So yeah, I don't imagine her focusing on that really is the way to go there. Like I say, plus size modelling. Again, with plus size modelling, you still look after your skin, you still look after your hair, you may not be what is considered in shape classically, but you still maintain a shape, if that makes sense. You still look after yourself. To be a model, you are the product. You have to still look at that and work on yourself and try and keep your standards high in what you do. So yeah, you tell me. I don't want to be harsh, subjective. It is, you got to have a PC person in there as well. If you put a plus size model in, then it makes it a lot harder for the people on the other side to not choose her, because they obviously don't want to not be PC. They don't want to say the wrong thing the wrong way, and that's going to give you an easier pass to the final. But definitely it's a thing. It definitely exists a lot more now, which is great. And I just don't think she necessarily the right shape. And
I agree, there does need to be more of that.
Does.
Yeah, I agree too.
number two.
I've only just recently started, but the end of last year, September to October, I was in London Fashion Week and I walked for YSL.
Damn.
I've only just started, but now I'm at London Fashion Week YSL.
The thing is, like, how do you like, modelling doesn't seem like something that you massively go through the ranks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would just go, fuck, number
You're
2.
either like
man.
gifted maxed and
Yeah.
just put him in.
I'm looking at
Modelling doesn't seem like something you massively go for the ranks. That is absolute bullshit. So people, I get this all the time with people I photograph and people who don't know anything about modelling in the industry. They'll be like, the girls you photograph aren't that attractive, some of them. Honestly, it's absolutely irrelevant. It's not about how attractive. It's about modelling is basically an acting job in a still photo. And in an acting job where you've got moving pictures, moving camera, you have so many different distractions to take you away from that very moment. You're even speaking, you're delivering dialogue. There's so much more that you can latch onto and believe and understand without ever having to be so particular and so nuanced for a literal freeze frame that is going to last forever. You need to be able to pose, act, emote. It's not a matter of you are pretty. It's a matter of can you do all those things well, that it doesn't look awkward, it doesn't look stiff. And yeah, and there are many successful models who honestly are shit. And there are many unsuccessful models who just probably don't have the confidence to do it, who could be really great. And a lot of the models I've photographed who light up the camera, they don't look like a model when they walk in the room, but you put them in front of the camera, they light up the camera. And then there's a lot of pretty girls out there who look absolutely stunning. You stick them in front of the camera, they got no fucking idea, no picture so badly. And that is the reality. You have to learn. If it doesn't come natural to you, if you don't light up the camera when you stand in front of it, which very few people are just going to have that natural charisma, you need to go through the levels, work on your experience, work on how to pose, and you need to give a shit and practice. Practice. I mean, everything. Practice. That's life. In anything in life, you got to practice.
You say you're Runway, right?
Yes, yeah.
What's the preparation like for a London Fashion Week?
I'll obviously practice my walk, but obviously exercising as much as possible, doing as much cardio, and getting as much tonality in my muscle.
Practicing and exercising, looking after himself. It's a good enough answer.
Number 3.
It depends on what you consider big, because I've worked with brands that I've always used before I got scouted.
Were you pointing at his balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just what I consider big.
I think I'm going to cut out the bit where they talk about his cut because they're advertising Sidemen underwear, and it's a big passage of nothingness that can be cut out. So if this doesn't make sense, then there was a joke earlier about him going like this when he was talking about underwear modelling, and they're playing back on that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Pause. But brands like Elf Cosmetics, I've always used it since I was little. So I've done like brand ads for them on Instagram, for example. But then I've done a big campaign with Look Fantastic.
Okay, so stop here. This is perfectly possible as an influencer. If she's an influencer, you can get decent jobs. I know photographers who don't know what the fuck they're doing with lighting, and they've got some good jobs. Admittedly, they're female. And yeah, just because they go to these brands with the confidence of knowing what these brands are about and bullshit their way, and they get some good jobs, yet they haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. So it happens. So let's keep going.
Probably say my biggest campaign was a seasonal campaign with Gymshark.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, just doing
I don't
active
recognise
work.
him.
Oh, yeah.
It was only a small thing.
Again, this guy who's like
I'm not
very, very try hard. It's all very fakey. He's got no place in this lineup.
Now I'm not so big.
He just looks after himself.
Thank you, bro.
I remember.
Wait, so they dropped you because you lost weight?
Probably a PT. I can't remember at the end if they say what their jobs are, but if I had to guess, it's a PT.
Any questions for Gymshark, boy?
Number 5.
Depending on what you are considering big, but probably the biggest was that I regularly participate in London Fashion Week. The last one was with Vanity Hub Africa. Apart from that, I really like shootings when there is some particular idea. So not just, posing. I like when there is something crazy happening there. For example, the craziest one was when we had a shoot in the studio, but then we moved to underground and we had to pose in front of actual CCTVs there. As if somebody is watching through the camera, and then we were right into TFL to extract this video.
That's pretty.
See, now this is cool because this is obviously creative. So, like a proper model or proper photographer, shall we say, she wants to pushed the boat out with narratives, and all the photographers brought these narratives to her, and she's enjoyed the concept of it. Like, it's interesting that they were using a screenshot from CCTV though, because that would be shit resolution. What else did she say? Oh, London Fashion Week. I think they have fashion weeks everywhere now, and you know, you only need to know a few people to get into them. So I don't know how big that is, but obviously the bigger the brand, the harder it is to walk for said brand in said fashion week. So, you know, again, there's just hundreds, thousands of people walking at these things. So I imagine, and I've never been to one, but this is how I've ever this is how I've perceived them, and yeah. So yeah, that's probably the most dubious thing she said. But in terms of the creativity of her working with people who want to push the boundaries and do something different, like with the CCTV stuff, I mean, again, that's more believable. That's definitely an artist's outlook. That's definitely someone who's bored of sitting in front of the camera, especially doing beauty work and like this, and just doing posing for no reason for like 10 minutes in a piece of clothing, like getting all your triangles right, doing all the cliche shit.
And number 6.
Okay, so my biggest campaign was actually with My Protein, where we did a colour prejudice campaign. It was like an anti-racism. We got flown out to Marrakesh, where obviously different models from different backgrounds. It was basically just modelling fitness, running in the gym, etc. Aside from that, obviously Calvin Klein, because you get free boxes. But I'm always going to go back to the box. I get free boxes, I can't complain.
Number 5's posture is making me just... Number 5 can't leave.
No. No, five.
Like, I mean, like, leave the line. I'm not just ever. Wasn't kidnapping.
I'm keeping it. It's so lame that you cannot be voted on from.
It's funny they mentioned posture there, because I didn't notice it on this version, but when I first watched it, I remember thinking to myself, just the way number 5 came in and she stood on heels. I think actually, if anything, her posture is a bit more slumped now, as he's mentioned it. But earlier, if I remember rightly, at the start of the video, you could tell she was a model by the way she was standing as well.
So we have to get rid of 2 people.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
So for me, if I was getting rid of 2 people right now, I would be ditching 4 and 6 without a doubt. Actually 3. Forget about 3. Yeah, 4 and 6 just feel fake. At least 3's got confidence in what she's doing, even if her actual what she's done is bad. I mean, I've just paused it on a picture of all 6 of them now, and you can see her face is about 3 shades more orange than the rest of her body. And this is another thing that pisses me off about models and makeup artists. Please, please, please go to whatever shop it is, Selfridges, I don't know. Used to be Selfridges in Birmingham. Go to these makeup counters. There's about 1 billion of them. It's actually heartbreaking to watch, to see the amount of girls who spend ridiculous amount of money feeling they need to buy these awful products. I dressed up as a member of KISS once for Halloween, and how much crap I had on my face just suffocated my skin. I absolutely hated it. I don't envy any woman for doing that. But anyway, back to the point. Please try and match your actual skin tone to your foundation, because as someone who's supposed to be a professional MUA, she hasn't, and that happens all the time. I see that in so many models. It's so fucking frustrating. It's fine if you're wearing a bloody polo neck or something, but the second you're sticking a model in bikini or something, and then from here downwards, they've got a different body, like skin tone. Yeah, nightmare.
Who's the hottest person in the world? We'll start at number 6.
Hottest person in the world. Hottest person in the world, I used to say was... Actually, I wouldn't say hottest person in the world. I would say my favourite model, this was a few years back, I used to say was Tatiana Elizabeth, and then she got big fake boobs, and I hate fake tits. I can't stand them. What I didn't realise at the time, when I thought she looked amazing, she did have fake tits, but that was because she must have been so small that she had them implanted. And then she obviously went back in a few years later and had even bigger ones put in, and I remember just been on Instagram, it popped up, I was like, oh my God, she looks fucking awful now. And then I clicked on her story, and she was like, oh, the last ones didn't suit my frame. I know they didn't suit my frame. These are much more proportional. I'm thinking to myself, no, they're not, because that's the first thing I noticed straight away, instantly, about how badly they look compared to how much I hate fake tits, and the old ones were absolutely fine in terms of your frame. So, yeah, that kind of put me off her a bit, but she's a great model. I believe she was on America's Next Top Model many years ago. I discovered her via Instagram. Yeah, I don't think she's that big over here. There's quite a funny story about that actually, because when I first discovered her, I was like, my God, she's amazing. I didn't know who she was. I think she popped up in a campaign on my wall, and I was just asking underneath the picture, who's this, who's this, who's this? She's just incredible. And someone finally pointed me in the direction of her, and then I probably clicked on her story then, and in fact, I would have clicked on her profile, and it would have been like New York. I was like, wow, I'm never going to work with her. I can't really put her on my bucket list of models to work with one day. And then probably about 3 days later, she put up a story saying, oh, I'm in Manchester, UK. Does anybody want to shoot? I'm like, what? Unfortunately, I couldn't get through to her to shoot. But yeah, she does a lot of work, I think, for Boohoo. And I think Boohoo have their own studio in Manchester and whatnot. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's keep going.
Laurie Harvey.
I've got to find a new model that I really need to shoot because I don't think I've got any.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. She's there.
Yeah.
Come on, I trust you.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got her as your lock screen.
Yeah, I really need a new aspirational model, someone that I just really want to shoot. I think all my favourites now, like Naomi, Kate Moss, I think they've all had the heyday, really. As harsh as that is to say.
Whatever you...
Megan Fox?
Yeah, okay, nice.
Okay.
See, a runway model picking Megan Fox, see, that's a red flag. That's like picking a glamour girl, but then they're not going on model, are they? I've got model in my mind. They're going on who she thinks is the hottest, so... sure there's a lot of people out there who think Megan Fox is stunning. I always found Megan Fox to be, back to what I said earlier, quite featureless. Incredible bone structure, pretty, but so personalityless facially that I just go, she's all right. She's inoffensive, isn't she? But she's not an offensive runway model. Megan Fox doesn't look like a runway model. So if you need to make a distinction between what I said about the last scale, that number 5, and Megan Fox, she looks like a runway model. Megan Fox doesn't look like a runway model, even though they're maybe a bit personality-less in terms of the way they look. I would say, actually, this girl, number 5, has got more personality in her face because she's not uniquely, perfectly symmetrical and whatnot.
The reason I asked this question is I feel like a model wouldn't just say this bait name.
Yeah, I like your thinking.
Like,
we had a Margot Robbie and a Megan Fox in there.
Yeah, and Rihanna.
That's what I thought, Megan Fox. It's just too bait, innit?
But she also hasn't given up the posture ever since Posture Max.
Yeah.
I fucking respect it as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic work.
Yeah.
We do have to get rid of 2. I'm going to vote 3 and 4.
All right, I'll go 4 and... You choose one next.
I think in my head I'm
actually no, 3 and 5 is a better call than 3 and
4. Not because you couldn't pass as models, just because I feel like the side stuff that you said you do is what you do as your main.
Like I say, look stiff.
Yeah, I think you're like
he's a better
fitness
model than
influencer
6.
PT.
Yeah.
And your makeup influencer.
I'll back you and go 3 and 4. Maybe 3. Maybe she's just a MUA makeup artist.
Exactly.
A MUA. No, MUA. MUA.
Maybe she's just a fucking cow.
She's just really...
Maybe she's a cow.
MUA, bro. Maybe she's just really excellent at makeup and is on socials.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Who's your favourite makeup artist?
I'm not sure about excellent at makeup.
I really like Ella Thomas.
Okay.
Like she's done her thing after Love Island, and I love the way her makeup looks.
Okay, well, the answer was Talia Mar, so I'm going to say 3 and 4.
All right, 3 and 4.
Talia Mar's Simon's missus, by the way, if you're not a YouTube fan.
No, but it is mental sending those 2 away when we're saying, oh yeah.
You're not a YouTube fan. Simon is part of the Sidemen.
All of you could pass for it.
KSI's, or I won't say KSI's group, but KSI is a part of the Sidemen with Simon.
He hasn't let go of his crotch the whole time.
I'm sorry, 3 and 4, you are eliminated. We move on to the next round, which is the physical round. Sounds mental, but we are going to see their catwalk.
Oh, okay.
Or a modelling.
See, now this will be telling.
So the first thing I want to see.
But again, it depends what kind of model you are. If you're going to quantify it as a non-runway model, a model would not be able to do a runway walk who is experienced in the studio necessarily.
True. No, not the fittest one. So if I was taking a photo of you right now, pretend you're in your underwear, right?
Yeah.
What face are you?
I've been pretending that since the start.
To be honest, my face is not in it, but I'll do something where I'm stretching up my body, so I'll be like...
Oh no, to be fair, it does look good, look.
Yeah.
You look stiff as hell there.
So if it was fitness.
For example, if I've got a vest on, I'll be something like this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck, he does look good.
No.
Okay, I'm going to be here on my camera.
Again, okay, bang average.
Again, I'll do...
Cold. Yeah. Oh, look at the look away.
Stiff. Not for me.
Fucking nice. Yeah. Keep snapping.
I think you're about to run out of.
He looks bored. He's not thinking of anything. He's not exactly in his direction. But in his direction because he's not very good.
Oh, she's got
That's yeah.
Damn. And we see the walk max.
Yeah.
Again, she's still a bit.
She's got a little routine.
But then, if she's more of a runway model, then she would be. But I'm terrible for liking emotion in photos anyway, so.
But now you've said that, number 2 and 1 are going to have routines.
They're going to have to have practiced it beforehand because she moved between that quickly. I like that. Nice work.
What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments.
Number 2. Fuck, I'm pregnant.
Fuck, bro.
Look at him.
He's getting me flustered, bro.
You're at the Adidas shoot now. I've got my camera again.
Well, I'm not wearing any shorts, but obviously I'd go down.
Oh,
okay.
Fuck.
I've been waiting for him to say that.
See, he's got a natural kind of cool. Even if he isn't a model, he's got a natural kind of vibe. He's just a good-looking guy who's confident, I suppose.
Blurry in the image, do you? I'm going to back him no matter what you say.
Number 1.
Sorry, do you want me to do my
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, go on, get it.
Those sweaty pits. I feel that. Don't worry. I'm the same, especially when I'm recording.
Work it.
Again, there's no emotion.
I like it. There was a lot of hands in pockets work there.
Well, I'm
though.
promoting my long trousers.
Okay.
I'm working it.
Okay, we've seen facially.
Yeah.
We can see the catwalk.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, his gait's a bit average.
He's got his knob
He
out.
needs a better stare. He needs to stare down the camera more.
He's just gone like this.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not really an expert in runway modelling though, by the way, so don't take my word for it.
Number 5.
Okay, somebody else want to give a little.
And this has got to impress, and I'm pretty sure she does from memory.
Sure.
Again, so that foot in front of the other, dead stare, straight forward.
Oh, that's
She's kind of dead behind the eyes, but dead behind the eyes with strength and power. There's authority there. Is maybe what I'm trying to get at.
Wow.
So again, he just the straight ahead stare makes a big difference. You don't want to be distracted by what's going on side by side and being choosy with it.
Wow. Two's the model.
Apart from him, I'm Bez at the end.
Terrible.
I'll pause this quickly. I did actually watch a runway fashion show the other week because it was at Gaudi's Park Güell, and I've been there, and I was intrigued because I was talking about it in a blog, and yeah, to watch that, they've got like the snake in runway underneath, like these archway kind of. It's not a pagoda. It's hard to explain, but there's loads of pillars, and it snakes in between all these pillars, and the crowd goes all the way around, and then they do crossovers, and it was actually quite mesmerising to watch as an art piece. It was quite fun, and like you said, it's all about the stride and how you walk and how, like the way they would turn their head to look where they're going to walk before they walk. It wouldn't be a casual kind of. Let's go.
No one's walking to that shit.
No, don't do that because she'll run.
Yeah, again, she's not a runway model, so it wouldn't matter how she walks. Although I like the little step at the end, both sides.
Oh yeah, serious face.
Okay.
Oh wait, let's go.
Okay.
Booyah, locked in, dialed.
That was locked in.
Locked in and
that
dialed.
was dialed maxing.
Focus maxing.
The only thing I will say though is number 2 is the only runway model. No, what?
No. There's a. There was
runway?
Yeah. Fashion
Okay.
runway. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You do
Not really, not so
more
much.
photos.
Yeah.
More photos, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't convinced by number 2's walk.
Really?
That's what I'm.
What did you want him to do on it? I'm backing him now.
But then I wasn't looking at his stride, I was looking at his facial emotion.
I didn't believe it. Your eyes weren't telling me
I
that you walked a
disagree,
runway.
'cause
Okay.
Maybe we can try it later.
I thought his eyes were pretty dead straight,
I've decided.
even and
This is really difficult.
emotionless and
What is your favourite
powerful and
pose?
strong-ish.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
The nod. The nod. Number 2.
See, now that looks stupid. See, that just ruined it. That is a no way never.
I ain't making one more note. I ain't making one more note.
You would not pose.
Relax and enjoy the
You
show,
need to
fam.
have, you need a bit of space between your arms and your body.
All right, something like that.
Nice.
Okay.
And over the shoulder look. It's hard to say where she's wearing so much black with like so much material overlapping.
I can't show you the one that I do for the underwear one.
Shit.
Just lying down.
Well,
You gotta do the Deadpool way on the side.
Yeah.
But I'm lying down.
The Ricky Gervais with his guitar for
David
David Brent.
Yeah.
And it was
None
telling me to
of this first one. Does anyone know?
They were telling me to tuck my leg in here, but obviously I wouldn't have clothes.
Don't call it
so I tried to picture that. Tried to picture that. And then obviously I'd be laying back, but I'd be looking up like this. And my veins would kind of be poking out too at the same time. So that's the pose.
Trying to work out whether that would be awkward to photograph or not. It didn't actually look too bad.
If you hate the model though,
I can picture like David Beckham Swan lying back in the sofa with that kind of vibe.
You just haven't got the penis for it.
Okay, number 6, I'm sorry, but you are eliminated.
Thank you.
No more Wood Maxine.
All right, more questions to eliminate one before the final. What is the worst thing that you've had to wear to model?
When I did the Adidas shoot, they gave me shorts that were a bit too small. I got quite big thighs.
They knew what they were doing.
So, well, yeah, but I got big thighs, but my waist is small. So with jeans, I got to get athletic fit.
Of course.
So I imagine when you're doing a shoot that commercial and that big, they would have taken into account sizes. So like I said, they either knew what they were doing, they wanted him to look like that, or he wouldn't have been chosen for it because, yeah, they wouldn't have been that kind of, I don't think they would have cut those kind of corners with a shoot that big if it's Adidas.
Obviously, when I was posing and going down there,
Oh, okay.
yes,
you need
bit of a problem.
See, he thought we were swaying, and then he just went, check out this bad boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep me in.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think I had something that ridiculous. I mean, obviously I always have something that is smaller or bigger than my size. Even today my shoes are too big. But like, I don't know, it's not like I was wearing some trash bag on me or something like that. I mean,
Okay.
I did this photo shoot for fashion course back from the Czech Republic, which is where I'm originally from. And they had this very like 80s themed photo shoot, and they literally stashed straws into my hair. So it was very high up.
Oh, okay.
And it was so bizarre. And I've never like seen anything like that, but they had this like, it was this like massive kind of
That's perfectly possible. You can,
and then like a very
I've seen like the
high
fake foam things that people stick in their hair and they
I
can
just
put
had
like
these
fake
massive
buns
blue
and stuff.
glasses. But the
This is dream brand to model for.
probably YSL.
Gucci.
Boat Avenue.
Who Avenue, actually, again, she's done I think she's done some good research there, because I think they do quite a lot of plus size kind of lingerie and stuff. So it fits in with her story earlier about wanting to do the bust stuff.
When did you say you started?
It was last year.
Last year. What was the process of them being like, right, this is what a runway is, this is how you do it?
So when I signed with Elizabeth at Evolve Models, I went through the process, and then to begin with, a lot of it can be your own intuition. So it's the work that you put in initially. So I went to a load of runway model shows and festivals and just got experience watching. Obviously,
See, there's so many like amateur runway shows you could probably, if you were going into that kind of thing, you could probably just apply to be a part of them and get involved as well. So I don't necessarily you just sit there and watch unless you're into the fashion. I don't think I've ever known a model. I mean, especially in this day and age, like I say, you can go on YouTube and watch the, I think it was Louis Vuitton, the one I was on about at Park Rail, and just watch it on YouTube. So while you would actively go to one, if you're not walking, I think most people go to them just for the spectacle of the fashion more than the practice walking.
What's your take on Zoolander?
Zoolander?
Yeah.
I think that's sort of a, you can go to the extreme of being so far out that it can work. Because as a film that works, because they go to the extreme, the extremity of it. But obviously it's a hyperbolized version of, but some would argue it isn't in terms of the experiences that I've had.
Wow. Number one, Zoolander fan.
I think it's a nice, I don't want to say nice way. It's a funny take on what people think modeling world is like. I think it's nice when there are movies that try to kind of show how the industry works, but obviously it's still very over the top.
Stop there. There are a few model movies about, and I can't remember what they're called. I've watched a few, and they're probably a lot more realistic and a lot more gritty and a lot more edgy and probably darker as well. So yeah, obviously Ben Stiller's comedian, so it's going to be slapstick. I've watched, what's it called, Zoolander, but I never really cared for it. Everyone obsessed over it at one point. can't remember. Would I have been a kid when that first came out? I've never been a fan of Ben Stiller. Overacting. That's the thing I don't... With still modelling, with like, if you're literally on film acting, you have, like I said earlier, you have distractions going on, so it's easier to sell a narrative. Whereas in still modelling, you almost have to overact, but in such a nuanced way. Unless you're doing pin-up modelling, it's like, and you're supposed to be tongue-in-cheek, silly, then you have to overact, because if you're just trying to be like, I'm really cool, but you don't like that, you don't have the nod in a still photo. So it's not like if you're acting, you can be like, you have to sell that nuance, that extra bit of overacting without it ever looking cliche and cringe. And that is the difficult bit about modelling. Like I said earlier, modelling is genuinely a skill, and people don't recognise that.
But in like a fun way, so it's okay.
Yeah, I also agree that it's quite hyperbolized, but it's nice to see how the industry works. But to be honest, I don't think that it helps in real life.
Okay.
Because movies are always not very realistic. So I think that for you it's important to go through the process of training, you know, to actually go to different shows. So this is more important rather than even training at home. You know?
I don't know if she was contradicting what I said earlier about whether when she says she goes to the show, she's doing so as someone who's practicing walking or someone who's just watching, opposed to watching on YouTube. But hey, she's going to know more about it than me if that's what she means. Assuming I'm right, of course.
How often do you update your portfolio?
Depends on what sort of work I'm kind of submitted for, I would say. Also, it depends, like, you know, hair change, and if you get shorter hair, if you get longer hair, if you get slightly different colour, then you kind of have to update it a little bit more.
My passport, I've got my fucking blonde hair. I look like an idiot.
Thanks, mate. Number 2.
I usually do it three to 4 months, especially as the seasons change.
Yeah.
And if I'm shaving my beard as well.
By the way, I don't know a lot about body language, but you know the old...
Oh, yeah?
That's a big one.
What, did he flick his nose?
He went...
No, he had a bogey.
As soon as the seasons change.
He had a bogey.
He doesn't have bogeys.
No, he had a bogey.
No, he doesn't have.
He would never have a bogey. I know that about him. What about your portfolio? Go on, tell me.
I do it regularly, but not too often, because I think that it's better to have less works in your portfolio rather than having...
I think if you're shooting a lot anyway and they're allowing you to use your images, yeah, you don't need to really update your portfolio. It's more for whether you want to do creative ventures with people who you enjoy working with.
Something random and not the best ones, so I just post they're the best ones, and obviously when I change something.
I've got a banger Cristiano Ronaldo right now.
Okay.
And I want quick fire from y'all, so you got no time to think. If you're getting a portfolio together, there'll be a particular photographer that you would like to work with.
Oh,
what's
John
his name?
Sansom.
Matteo Di Marco.
Paul Phillips.
Okay, no idea who any of those people are. And I guess I maybe should as a photographer, I don't know. It goes back to my earlier question when I was talking about models. Can I pick a model? I have no model aspirations. Like, I mean, by that I mean like, there's none that are like super duper famous and accessible that I know of right now that I'd want to work with. Like, or I don't even mean accessible. I mean inaccessible. Even like as a fantasy, I don't have anybody that comes to mind. There are no Kate Mosses. There are no Naomi's, and I wrote off Tatiana Elizabeth earlier. There is no one that springs to mind that really makes me go, my God, I'd love to work with them one day. And that's kind of weird. I genuinely wish I had someone like that.
Oh,
see,
you could have said anything, man.
that could be a football manager for all I know, and I just haven't clocked it yet. Like,
What was your one called?
Matteo Di Marco.
That could be his real name.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to get rid of one.
No, we don't. We can get rid of 1, 2, or 5.
oh,
That annoyed me
Comedy
so
maxing.
much. I'm voting 1.
you
You've angered me. Well, he's not voting 2.
I am voting.
He's going to do it.
Dave.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
Sorry, you just lied about Zoolander.
It's 5 or 2, and I still say 5.
Instagram, you're like, right, I'm posting up here. Let me just get some quick snaps.
Who knows?
Well, you should know, actually. Yeah, you should know, because if you are the model, you wouldn't say, who knows? You know.
Fucking hell, he's got it. I reckon you may just be like big on Instagram and you're just ready. Oh, I'm in front of the fucking Eiffel Tower right now. Let me just quickly
Flick up. So you're getting rid of 5.
Nah, she's
get
not an
rid of 2,
Instagram
but
type
you're never
model.
going to switch, and I don't think you will.
I'm not going to because I think I get hit.
I'm going to get rid of 5. Sorry.
I'm sorry, number 5.
All right, okay.
She's an understated runway agency type model. I can't imagine her having a big following on Instagram unless she's well known within the fashion world. Yeah, she doesn't give me influencer vibes. She doesn't give me glamour, hoe myself out for attention and my brand to get bigger vibes. She looks like someone who could get work and doesn't need to say or do anything and shout about it from the rooftops.
But it could be. It could be. Oh my
It could have been any of
God.
them.
Oh, because you've got a fucking massive throbbing erection.
I'll probably say that now. She's probably got like 200k views if I
The
search
final
for her.
round is we get to ask one question to each of them, and then we have to decide who we think is the real model. My question is going to be, could you both please tell us who you think out of the three of us would make the best model and why?
do that?
We'll start with number 2.
Wait, George, how tall are you?
About 6 foot.
I'd say George, but Simon, you were close as well.
That is so mean of Ethan.
No. Please.
See, this is like, back to what I said earlier about being a model. It's horses for courses, because Ethan, ironically, out of the three of them, probably is the model because he actually gets work with Gymshark because of how much his fitness has improved from like how people knew him back in the day when he was carrying a lot of weight. So yeah, the irony right there.
No, but Ethan, you are a model, and I think you have much more model experience than the other two. Well, you obviously do.
There you go. Consolation prize. That's nice.
Yes, thanks.
But I think especially with Runway, Simon, you're long neck, and George, you have a longer neck as well.
Thanks, man.
No, it's not.
I think Simon would walk like a drunk baby giraffe if he was on a runway. I don't think he could pull that off. I think George got more about him, especially if he's been doing dancing.
So I think, based on how I see you, I can't tell your height or obviously anything from the waist down. I would say...
Certainly not Wood Maxing.
I would say Simon.
Go on, pop off, bro.
Just because you've got a really defined jaw.
Wow.
You've got a really nice long neck, and I feel your whole face structure is really even. So it just looks very. I just think you would do well.
That's not lazy eye, bro. We've been knowing it's lopsided over here, bro.
This really makes it seem like arse. That's just.
What did we gain from that?
I just wanted to ask. Either of you got a question?
Tell you what you're doing this weekend.
What am I doing this weekend? I'm actually going home to see my mum.
Oh shit! Cancel it.
That's why I want to meet the parents. Okay, I assume you've both got like a manager or like an agent or something. How do they suggest you use social media?
So predominantly it's more for looking for castings rather than promoting yourself. So I usually use my website to put my photos up and the recent work that I've done.
I don't use...
How many castings you see on social media realistically from any worthy shoot, honestly? I don't know about that. A lot of the agency models I follow, they have what looks to be a fake Instagram that is set up by their agency, and they purposefully don't have a very easily contactable thing like a message button that isn't via the agency. They always have like the agency email in their bio, and yeah, it's very, very highly controlled, so they actually can fucking try and skim off as much money as possible before you can go straight to source. You see that a lot with any proper agency and proper model. Yeah, there's very, I would say being a freelancer is more of a hobbyist end, the cheaper end. But you probably get a hell of a lot more work without having to deal with a middleman and fucking around with people taking a ridiculous commission. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I have tried going for agencies before for models for various projects that are like commercial projects, and the prices they want by the time they set their fees on are fucking stupid.
I use social media too much for professional stuff just because I don't really kind of agree with it so much.
Okay.
So if we're talking kind of professional, I try to keep my Instagram more personal. However, I do use TikTok a little bit more for professional work.
What are your managers' names?
Go. 2.
Elizabeth Rose.
Jana Vranova, because I have an agent that's the Czech agent. Well, I was signed to a Czech agency and they have an office in London as well.
Photographer's names, go.
Go.
Matteo Di Marco.
Lucas Phillips.
Paul Phillips earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't Lucas Phillips.
What did we just miss here?
No.
It was Paul Phillips
It was,
earlier.
yeah.
It was Paul Phillips.
Oh,
Sorry, that caught me off guard.
Fucking hell.
Oh, that's really throwing me up. I'm not going to lie, I was actually going to vote. I was swaying to 1.
I've lusted over 2, yeah.
I think you.
I've lusted over 2.
I think you have kept in just a good-looking man.
You've all followed me. Pretty privilege is...
Privilege, like I said earlier. People think that just because you're attractive, you can model. To be fair, he weren't bad. I reckon he could get into it with a bit of experience, definitely.
Real, and we are watching it now. 2 is the model.
Okay, you're going 2. Well, you know what? Just to watch him squirm.
He does look like he should be a model from the 90s, actually. That makes sense. Back in the day, like they're a bit more gruffy. They looked a bit more like him, schedule. I think these days people are after the everyman, just someone who looks after himself, but the everyman.
I'm going to vote 1 being the model. I think it's up to you, George.
Again, when it comes to runway modelling, guys in runway modelling look pretty, and I wouldn't say androgynous again because they don't necessarily look female, but they just look like a clothes rack with chiseled features, but quite anemic looking. And yeah, that's a good word in it for runway modelling. You just look a bit anemic and a bit ill.
Can we bring everyone back in? We have voted number 2 as the model. Could the real model reveal themselves in 3, 2,
So I'm going 5.
Ooh.
Definitely 5. I think George is right.
Oh, no.
Obviously, because that's what I said at first.
Is it going to be... Is it 5? Is it? Who is it?
4 stay there.
Oh, it's 5! No!
I'm so upset.
I'm so upset. No!
I literally said, can we please keep 1 and 5 in because it's not 2, but you've got a crush and it's a problem, Ethan. I'm so upset. As soon as she did the poses, I was like, oh yeah, of course, but she didn't know what Zoolander was.
Everything you said was true.
Yeah. Wow. Apart from the fact that Zoolander's really good for the industry.
I'm a performer.
I'm an actor.
I'm a content creator.
I'm a barber.
I'm a content creator.
2, man.
If I'm being honest,
Dude's a content creator.
Take that blame.
Well, he's got a bit of banter, but he's got absolutely no charisma, so I've been intrigued to see his content. Peace.